Coming in, we have Karen and our friend Debbie who are joining us today. They're both through satellite, so we have one lovely lady on our computer. We have another lovely lady on the cell phone where she can see me, lucky duck, as can Karen. And I can even introduce you ladies. Look, Debbie, Karen, Karen, Debbie.
Hi, Karen.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us at home, we are going to do two different trivias today. So the first one, is to do with Remembrance Day. So it's a little bit past Remembrance Day because Remembrance Day was on Wednesday, but I still wanted to do some trivia on it. And I'm not going to lie, I am not very good at trivia in general.
That's okay.
Yeah, so these ones, if it gets a little too heavy, we might kind of move on. Okay?
Okay.
And then after that, we're going to finish up with what's the Jeopardy theme? We're going to do some Alex Trebek trivia. All right.
Oh.
Yes, I can't tell you. I was going to say cause of something, but I can't because that's the very first trivia question. So, all right. I'm not giving away any answers here today, ladies. You're going to have to work for it. I was telling Karen
You're
because
making us work hard.
right, you are going to have to work hard. I'm a slave driver, man. All right, here we go. I just wanted to, I already told Karen, because I hooked up Karen a couple minutes ago, I didn't want to do a game today with the Remembrance Day trivia, only because...
You froze.
Oh, did I? Oh, I can still see you.
You're freezing on me.
Uh-oh, Debbie, are you freezing too? Yep, I'm freezing with Debbie too. Am I back?
You're back, but you're still intermittently freezing.
Yeah?
Like you'll be back, then you'll freeze for a couple seconds, then you'll be back, then freeze, and
Oh, no.
they're not solid and being
Maybe I'll talk.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm freezing a little bit, so if that's the case, keep an eye on it, Karen. Let me know if it happens again, because maybe we'll have to call you over the phone.
Okay, I'll just do the thumbs down for you, okay?
Oh, okay. And Debbie, how am I with you? Am I freezing with you too?
I can't really see it, but I can hear your voice.
Okay. It doesn't matter if you can see me, even though I'm gorgeous. But mostly so you can, mostly so you can hear my voice. Okay. Are we still freezing, Karen? Are you a little bit better?
So far?
Okay. All right. Question number 1, ladies and gents. And I'll start with Karen. World War I was triggered by the assassination of what Archduke of Austria? Was it? What is it?
Ferdinand.
Yes, you are right. The answer is Franz Ferdinand, or France, probably. I didn't even get a chance to say it, and she already had the answer out. Excellent.
Oh.
I know. You're going up against a real quick one here, Debbie.
I just had to relate it to Ferdinand the Bull.
Ferdinand the Bull, that's perfect. All right, over to you, Debbie. What is the name of Germany's plan at the beginning of World War I to deliver a knockout blow to the French and then turn all of its resources on the more slowly mobilizing Russian army? Was it called the Schlieffen Plan or the Blitzkrieg Plan? And I totally butchered both of those. I'm sorry for anybody who's German. Schleifen? Schleifen?
I'm not very sure about this one, so I might have to say the second one.
You're going to say the Blitzkrieg?
Yeah.
Okay. That would be incorrect, but great guess. It was actually called the Schlieffen Plan.
Oh. To be honest with you, I don't know that.
Yeah, look at that. You both learned something new today. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to go on to the next one. Karen, there was a temporary truce on what day in 1914? Was it Valentine's Day, June 6th, Christmas Day, or Easter Sunday?
Christmas Day.
It is Christmas Day. You would be correct. Apparently, the German and British troops called a temporary truce, serenaded each other with Christmas carols from opposing trenches. And I have to admit, when I was in the high school and we were learning about the war, this came up,
Yeah.
and I had goosebumps and I had tears in my eyes because not only can I picture it being a beautiful time, but also the fact that they really were just people that had to do a job. That was it. You know, it didn't seem like there was really hard feelings against each other. They, you know, apparently they even played some soccer at one point. So, yeah, it's pretty good. All right. This question's over for you, Debbie.
Okay.
What German telegraph, intercepted by the British, offered to give American Southwest back to Mexico if they declared war on the United States? Was it the Zimmerman telegraph or the Reinhardt telegraph?
The Gentleman Telegraph.
You would be correct. Yes, on January 16th, 1917, it come through. So wonderful. Good job, Debbie. All right, let me fix myself. What weapon, and this one's over to Karen, what weapon was introduced in the Battle of Somme? Was it a tank, a U-boat, poison gas, or a machine gun?
Poison gas.
All right, you would be incorrect. Debbie, you want a chance to answer this one?
The other one.
The machine gun, U-boat, or
Yeah.
tank?
The U-boat, whatever that is.
I tricked you both. It was the tank. Centurion tanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It said developed under the encouragement of Winston Churchill. The first tank, and then it has Mark 1. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's what it was called, the Mark 1 tanks. All right. Are you ready, Debbie?
Yep.
What country lost the most lives in World War I? Was it France, Austria, or Germany?
I believe
Lies.
it might be Germany.
You'd be correct. It was Germany.
Very good.
So it says Germany lost 1.8 million fatalities, and the Soviet Union, which I didn't give an answer to because I knew it was wrong, lost 1.7 million people. So that's a lot of people, isn't it, ladies?
Yeah, it is.
It really is. It's very sad, isn't it? All right. Over to Miss Karen. What Secret Service society was responsible for the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria? Was it the Black Hand, the Hashigan, or the Hydra? Military society.
No matter what I guess will be wrong.
What do you think? The Black Hand? I think it's actually Hashishin or Hydra. The Black Hand, Hashishin, or Hydra?
Let's just start at the top. The Black Hand.
You would be correct. Good job. All right, look at that, Debbie. She got lucky. All right. Are you ready, Debbie? This one's for you.
Okay.
What were American soldiers called during World War I? Were they called the milkmen, the doughboys, or the paper boys?
Oh, that's a real tough one.
It is a tough one because really you can call them anything, right? You'd want it to be in
Yeah.
code, but yeah. So what do you think?
I think it might be the milkman.
Oh, that's what I thought it was. Karen, do you have a guess? Between doughboys and paper boys?
No boys?
It was the doughboys.
Yay, does it say why?
Oh,
It does not say
That's
why.
interesting.
But
That's why.
you know what I can do? Hang on 1 second here. Let's see if I can quickly Google it. Why were soldiers called the milkmen? While we're here, I'll tell you a little funny story. I went for lunch today. I got myself a sub, and it was a nice sub. And then they had cookies for sale.
Okay.
So I thought, I'll buy 3 cookies.
Oh,
But the cookies, you pay $3 for 3 of them, or 6 for 12. I've now had 5 cookies this morning, which
Oh my
totally
gosh.
defeats the purpose.
or something.
Yeah, right? Okay, why were the soldiers called the doughboys? Okay, let's see what it says. Mencken claimed that the nickname could be traced to the Continental Army soldiers who kept their piping on the uniforms while through the application of clay. When the troops got rained on, their clay uniforms turned into doughy blobs. Supposedly leading to the doughboy monk. So it just sounds like they covered all their uniforms in mud or clay, and then when they got wet, it turned into dough. So I'm frozen, eh, Karen? Debbie, am I frozen on you too?
You're okay now.
Yeah, you were frozen, eh? So did you hear the reason, Karen, of why?
Yeah, it was still disappointing.
It is, right? Although it's a lot better than bunch of chunky soldiers running down, right? All right. Right. All right. I'm going to make sure your volume is up all the way here, Karen. If I can figure out how to do that on here. Oh, yes, up here. Nothing's happening, so I guess. All right. Who are we over to? That was Debbie's question, right? All right. Here we go, Karen. What was the deadliest chemical weapon used during World War I? Was it chlorine, phosgene, mustard gas, or tear gas?
Mustard gas.
All right. Do you have a guess there, Debbie?
Let me see. Yeah, the last one.
Tear gas? You were both incorrect. It was actually phosgene. It's a chemical compound of colorless gas responsible for 85% of the 1,000 deaths caused by chemical weapons. So that's a little scary, eh?
And that was just the deaths on the battle, not the deaths afterwards.
Oh.
It was something like
that's
napalm,
interesting.
right? Napalm killed a lot of the soldiers from Vietnam.
Yeah.
Years afterwards. Mustard gas did too.
Can you hear her, Debbie? Can you hear Karen when she's talking?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
Okay, great.
This is the next one. And you know what I'll do? Because it's really only the three of us right now. There's nobody live, so that's good. What I will do is I'm going to cover my desk with my lovely body. I am going to, I'll ask you both, and then I'll give you the answer. Sound good? All right. What stage performer was executed as a German spy during World War II? Was it Mata Hari, Chantal von Hagen, or Marlene Dietrich? What do you think, Karen?
The Mata Hari, I think.
Yeah? All right. What do you think, Debbie? Mata Hari, Charlotte von Hagen, or Marlene Dietrich?
I think it might be the last one.
Marlene Dietrich? One of you are correct, and it's Karen. It was Mata Hari. And it says her real name was Margaret Zelly, or Margaret Zell, maybe?
I probably Mata Hari.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Look at how big the questions are. You might think I'm blind. All right, here we go. So Debbie, I'll ask you first this time. What disease caused 1/3 of the military deaths during World War I? Was it the Spanish flu, smallpox, or malaria?
You know, the last two, let's see. I think the first one was the Spanish flu.
Okay, that's what you're going with?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move on to Karen. What do you think, Karen? Do you think it was the Spanish flu, smallpox, or malaria?
I'll go with malaria.
Ah, one of you is correct, and it is Debbie. It was the Spanish flu. It says, during World War I, the Spanish flu caused about 1/3 of total military deaths, which is really sad. Not like they didn't have enough going on that, you know, the Spanish flu was what got them.
Yeah, I heard something about that on, they did a documentary on those.
I bet you they did, especially with Remembrance Day right around it, like just last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? We're gonna ask you first, Karen. Oh, what were the German submarines called during World War I? Were they V-boats, U-boats, or A-boats?
U-boats.
U-boats? All right, and Debbie, what do you think? What were the German submarines called during World War I? Was it V-boats, Y-boats, or U-boats?
Oh. Devo, the first one.
V-boats? All right,
Yeah.
Karen is correct with U-boats. And just for the record, did anybody notice I gave you two both different options?
Oh, wow.
Well, maybe it's...
Yeah, Karen's like, now she's just adding in new ones, right? All right. What Native American tribe came up with a military code that the Germans couldn't break? And we'll go to you first, Debbie. Was it the Navajo, the Choctaw, or the Wampanoag?
I think it's the middle one.
The Choctaws?
Yeah.
Okay, over to you, Karen.
Navajo.
The Navajo? It is the Choctaws. Good job, Debbie.
Oh, Dad, good.
And I hope I said that
Yeah.
correctly, because the last thing I like to do is butcher these things.
There is a movie about that, which I can't remember the name of, but it's not a bad movie.
Is it Choctaw Ridge or something? No.
No, I forget what it is.
Hmm.
Windwalkers or something. I can't remember exactly
Really?
what it is.
We'll have to go and take a look. All right, next one. What is the name of the first tank developed for World War I? Was it Little Willie, Big Bertha, or Long Tall Sally? And we'll go to you first, Karen.
Big Bertha.
Big Bertha? All right, what do you think, Debbie?
It might be the second one.
Big Bertha?
Yeah.
Ooh, 2 votes for Big Bertha, and you're both wrong.
Oh, Sally?
Yeah, no, it was actually called Little Willie. Little Willie was a prototype development of the British Mark I tank. Built in 1950, it carried a crew of 3 and can travel as fast as 3 miles per hour.
Oh, wow.
So that is basically crawling. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It is, right? Holy moly.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I gotta plug in Karen. Hold on, Karen. Your cord came out at the back. That could have been when I was having my temper tantrum, when I was setting everything up. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I just seen the little flashing light on Karen there. All right. Next question. We'll start with you, Debbie.
Okay.
What was Woodrow Wilson's campaign slogan when he ran for re-election in 1916? Was it peace, progress, and prosperity? He kept us out of war. Or read my lips, no new taxes.
Oh, the first one.
Do you think peace, progress, and prosperity?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think, Karen?
I'll go with the second one.
He kept us out of war?
Yes.
Okay, Karen would be correct. It said
Oh.
Woodrow Wilson's campaign slogan was, he kept us out of war, which ran for, when he ran for re-election in 1916 against Charles Evan Hughes. 5 months after his re-election, he asked Congress to declare war on the Central Powers.
Oh,
So that was short-lived.
exactly.
Oh, I was gonna say something, but maybe I shouldn't. I know, right? Okay, we're gonna say it anyway. Some people may or may not see that as the amount of time it took Trump to make all his countrymen disappointed.
Yeah.
If you see it as that way, and I don't want to get all political, but some people like Trump, some people don't. All right, I'll probably be fired for that comment, so we'll see. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's see. This one's over for Debbie first.
Okay.
What was post-traumatic stress disorder called during World War I? Was it shell shock, trench syndrome, or war neurosis?
I think it might be the last one.
War neurosis?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Karen? Do you think it was shell shock?
According to George Carlin, it would be shell shock.
You would be correct. It is shell shock. It is a term coined to describe the reaction of some soldiers in World War I to the trauma of battle. While some soldiers recovered, others suffered for the rest of their lives. And I will say
Oh,
that my
that's
grandfather
right, yeah.
had PTSD when he came home, for sure. All right.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. All right, are you ready, Karen? This one's for you first. The sinking of what ship helped facilitate the United States entry into the war? Was it the Royal Iris, Lusitania, or the Titanic?
Lusitania.
Lusitania. That is not how I pronounced it. Thank you. All right.
I got it.
Right? What do you think, Debbie? Was it the Royal Iris, Lusitania, or the Titanic?
Oh. I think it might be the Titanic.
You think it's the Titanic? Oh.
Jim, could you call Bridgeview, please? Jim, call Bridgeview.
Sorry, Jim, we're in the middle of something here. All right.
Are you at the Gateway or somewhere else?
You know, I'm actually in Dunnville right now, so
Oh, that's where you're near the hospital. Okay.
yeah, it's actually long-term care. For those of you who don't know our building, we rent out a space from the Grandview Lodge, so we're not affiliated with them anyway. We do not come in contact with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're kind of hiding out. So we get their pages sometimes, and as Karen will tell you, some days it's a whole lot of until I realize it's on, or some random music or something.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it's super fun. All right, the answer was Lusitania. How do you say it, Karen?
Lusitania.
Lusitania. It was a British ocean liner. Yeah, so you guys got it. It was a British ocean liner that was sunk by German submarine. The sinking helped shift public opinion in the United States against Germany and was a factor in the United States declaration of war nearly 2 years later. Wow, they sat in suit on that for a while, didn't they? Like, remember that time in 1917? Let's go. All right, not a joking manner. Yeah. Sorry to be joking. It was a big thing, but it was a little weird. The timing was, you know, maybe that's the difference between men and women. If that was a woman, we'd be like, you go now. And men sit back and they're methodical about things.
Oh, yeah.
But who knows?
Right, we're on it.
I know, right? Us women get things done.
Karen, before you go on, before I forget,
Sure.
are you doing one on Monday?
Oh,
Virtual on Monday?
yes.
Can I join in to that one at 2 o'clock?
Sure you can. I'll give you a call, absolutely.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
do that.
Okay, are you done now then, or are you gonna stick around?
No, I'm sticking around.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just reminding you about it before I forget.
Oh, perfect, no problem. Absolutely, I'll give you a call.
Okay, great. Okay.
All right. You ready? I can't remember
Yeah.
who's going first, so we'll pick Debbie. All right, Debbie. Which ocean did not see any fighting during World War II? Or sorry, World War I? Was it every ocean saw fighting, the Atlantic Ocean, or the Indian Ocean?
I think it might be the Indian Ocean.
Good guess. All right. Over to you, Karen. Which ocean did not see any fighting during World War I? Was it every ocean saw fighting, the Atlantic Ocean, or the Indian Ocean?
I don't every.
You would be correct. Every ocean did see fighting. So that was kind of a trick question,
I
ladies
didn't
and
know
gents.
that.
Yeah, it says World War I was fought from 1914 to 1918 on every ocean and almost every continent. Most of the fighting, however, took place in Europe.
Well, I learned something new there.
Yeah. This one's kind of interesting, and I hope it's not gonna come back at me in any way, shape, or form. What is the nickname of the first all-black regiment in World War I? Was it the Detroit Devils, Harlem Hellfighters, or the Birmingham Bombers?
I think it's a
Birmingham Bombers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about you, Karen?
Harlem Hellfighters.
It was the Harlem Hellfighters. We were the first all-black regiment in World War I. They earned their nickname from the Germans due to their toughness and their fact that they never lost a man. through capture, lost a trench or a foot off the ground of enemy.
Hmm.
So that is extremely impressive. Good for them.
Hmm.
What country pulled out of World War I on March 3rd, 1918? Was it Poland, Austria, or Russia? And Karen, you can answer this one first if you like.
Wow, I don't know if I like.
Do you want me to reread the question?
I probably wouldn't help me.
Okay.
I'll go with Russia, maybe.
Russia? All right. What do you think there, Debbie? What country? Sorry?
Go ahead.
Was it Poland, Austria, or Russia?
Oh, I think it might be Poland.
Good guess. It actually was Russia. And it says, on March 3rd, 1918, the Bolshevik Party, which had come into power largely by playing on national discontent with the war, agreed to the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk effect, pulling Russia out of World War... How is it?
No idea.
Oh, sorry, I thought you corrected it. False alarm. Pulling out of Russia, out of World War I, the terms of the treaty were harsh. However, and Russia gave up vast territories to Germany, including Finland, Poland, and the Ukraine.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it is.
I'm going to see if these are all World War I.
Must be.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought they would have gone up. Okay. So we're on to our third batch of trivia questions. So this is for you first, Deb.
Okay.
What super heavy howitzer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What super heavy howitzer was developed by Germany on the eve of World War I? Was it Big Bertha, Big Barda, or Fat Nanny? Sorry, Fat Fanny. And by the way, gentlemen, if you're listening, never call your wife Fat Fanny. Just throwing that out there and saving your marriage right here, folks.
You're absolutely right.
Right? All right, what do you think, Debbie? Big Bertha, Big Barda, or Fat Fanny?
Is that for me?
Yes.
All right. I might say Big Bertha, the last one.
Okay, Big Bertha? All right, what do you think, Karen?
I agree.
It was, in fact, Big Bertha. It says, although the name Big Bertha subsequently came to be applied generically by the Allies to any very large German gun, strictly speaking, it was only applicable to the 42-centimeter M. Garrett's Howitzer.
Ooh.
Howitzer? I can't speak German. I'm sorry. Close enough, right?
Yep.
All right, over for Karen. What was the standard machine gun on British and French military aircraft during World War I? Was it Maxim, Vickers, or Lewis?
Oh, I'm going to guess wrong on this no matter what. Lewis.
Lewis? All right, what do you think there, Miss Debbie?
I would say with the last one.
The last one? So you're going to go with
Yeah.
Lewis as well?
Yeah.
We stumped you both, ladies. It was the Vickers machine gun.
Oh, the Vickers.
Yes, the Vickers. It became a standard machine gun weapon on British and military aircrafts. Although heavier than the Lewis, its close-bit firing cycle made it much easier to synchronize to allow the fire-throughs aircraft propellers, which always shocks me how something can spin so fast and the bullets can go through. Like that's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
What animal, this one's for you, I think, Debbie.
Okay.
What animal was used in World War I to detect mustard gas? Was it dogs, pigeons, or slugs?
Ooh. I would, maybe it might be pigeon.
Okay, you think it's pigeons?
Yeah.
What do you think, Miss Karen?
I'm going to go with pigeons too. The French like using birds.
Yeah. Well, you were both incorrect. not pigeons, but it was slugs. No way,
Wow.
right?
Oh.
So with the slugs, it says, by the time soldiers noticed the presence of mustard gas on the ground, the battlefield, sorry, it's crossed over, it was too late. Fortunately, slugs could detect mustard gas well before the humans could. The slugs would visibly indicate their discomfort by closing their breathing pores and compressing their bodies. Soldiers in the trenches would quickly put their gas masks on to protect themselves from harmful levels of the slug brigade. Ended up saving many lives. So get out of town. If you're ever somewhere and you're worried about mustard gas, look for a slug, which blows my mind because you wouldn't think slugs would, you know, really, I mean, they're slugs, but yeah, but who would have known?
Yeah,
All right.
That's interesting.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. What ultra long, and what time do we have here? Okay, so this will probably be our last, we'll do 3 more World War questions, and then we'll move on to our Alex Trebek.
Okay.
All right. What long-range gun was developed by the Germans during World War I? Was it the Gatling gun, Brussels gun, or the Paris gun?
Haven.
Okay. What do you think, Debbie?
The second one.
Was that the Brussels gun or the Berlin
Yeah.
gun?
Oh, the Berlin gun.
Okay. So it was in fact the Paris gun, and I should try and remember which gun the options I gave.
I might be wrong.
It was the Paris gun. So I think Karen, I think you had that right. The Paris gun, designed by the Germans to bombard Paris, holds an important place in history for astronautics, as the shells were the first human-made objects to reach the stratosphere. When the guns were first employed, Persians believed they had been bombing by a high-altitude zeppelin, as the sound of neither an airplane nor a gun could be heard. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, like that's interesting. All right.
It is.
Who is the top? Oh man, who was the top Allied fighter pilot in World War I? Was it Edward Manock, Red Baron, or Rene Fonck?
I would say they were.
Sorry, go ahead, Johnny.
Go ahead.
Edward Manock, Red Baron, or Rene Fonck? And you can go first, Deb.
The Red Baron.
Red Baron. All right, over to you, Miss Karen.
The first one, I have no idea.
Edward Manock?
Yeah.
You are both incorrect.
Oh.
It is Rene Fonck.
Oh, wow.
Colonel Rene Paul Fonck, a French aviator, was the top Allied fighter pilot with 75 confirmed aerial victories. He was made an officer of the Legion of Honor in 1918 and later a commander of the Legion of Honor after the war. So that is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this must be World War I. All right. Sorry, one of our friends, Wendy, was helping us print them. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
were you doing your day over there? The
Yeah,
one
well,
Friday?
yeah, that's where we do the virtual now because we have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we do them.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
But ideally, we'll be going back to 5 days a week.
Oh.
Hopefully, that would be nice, right? For at least virtual until we can open. In our, Debbie, you may not know, but our program in Dunnville is currently closed right now because the Grandview Lodge, where we are, has an outbreak of COVID. Now, we are fully protected in here. We do not come in contact with anybody, but because our bathrooms are out in the hallway, we cannot guarantee that our ladies and gentlemen here would be safe going to the bathroom if other people are using them. So that is why we've actually had to close our program down here. Yeah, senior support definitely tries to make sure that we're all, safe more than, we should be. So, yeah, as much as it stinks that our ladies and gentlemen can't come here right yet, but it's for everybody's safety, right? So, yeah, and I feel like they were kind of nervous, but I said, you know what, I feel perfectly safe here. I don't go in the hallway unless we have to go to the bathroom, and that's it, So I think we'll be okay.
And it's
Good.
Sorry?
It's not leaking walls or whatever.
And Karen says, I stopped licking walls a while ago.
I see, I hear you.
Right? Which is why one of the reasons of why I think it's so funny that Karen said that, because little does she know, I in fact have it. Just kidding. I do not with the walls. Okay. I don't like that one. That one's a little too dark. Okay, I'm gonna ruin this, and I'm sorry because, oh, I think my question's over here. It is. Which of these first central powers to sign Armistice? Yes.
Armistice. Yeah.
Armistice. Was it? Okay. Which was the first central power to sign armistice? Was it Italy, Bulgaria, or Germany? And we'll let you go first, Karen.
Oh, thanks.
No pressure. Is this more pressure? Do. Right?
I'm gonna pick Bulgaria.
All right, she's picking Bulgaria. All right, over to you, Miss Debbie. What do you think?
What was the other one?
It was Italy, Bulgaria, or Germany.
I would say it might be Germany.
One of you is correct.
I think it's Debbie.
It is actually Bulgaria. It was Karen. You got it correct.
Oh.
Yeah, it says on September 29th, 1918, Bulgaria became the first of the Central Powers to sign an armistice, bringing World War I one step closer to closure. Others would soon follow, including Germany, which requested a ceasefire on October 3rd, 1918. All right, and last one. See if I can find a good one here. You know, as I look for one, oh, here we go. Apparently, one of our gentlemen in Hagersville, he was telling us a story that his cousin was in the war. And he said that, I guess as they would go, or at least this gentleman did, I can't speak for the whole war because I don't know, I wasn't there, and obviously. And so some of the stories, he said that he had passed a deceased soldier. They were in a tank. So they got out of the tank, and I don't know if they would standardly go and collect dog tags or something like that, but they had gone out and they were checking this, I believe it was a German Nazi, and I could be wrong, but that's just what he said. And he said he went into the pocket, and one of the guys were able to read German, and it said, or whatever language it was in, because again, I'm not sure, but it said, "The Canadians are here, we gotta get out." And I thought, that is something you don't hear in the history books.
No.
Yeah, so I'm,
No.
because the Canadians were in World War I, right? Yeah, so I'm not sure, if I would assume it was probably World War II. As the gentleman, going back in age range, I think it would be pretty close to assume that it was World War II. But that's pretty neat as a Canadian, you know, that we came over and we were that nervous about it. Or not that we were nervous about it, but that they were that worried about us. Yeah. We're not just sitting over here drinking our Tim Hortons, eh? We, you know, we can do some damage sometimes.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's a good memory about remembering those things.
Yeah. You know, all right. Let's see. I thought I had one. I did. Okay, last one. What treaty marked the end of World War I? Was it? And you got 4 options. The Treaty of Utrecht, the Treaty of Ghent, the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk, or the Treaty of Versailles? Versailles. They should spell it a little easier then. Right? All right, what do you think there, Debbie?
Oh.
It's a tricky one.
I I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a guess on this
Sure.
one. I will say number 4.
You would be right. The Treaty of Versailles.
Hi,
Oh.
Yay, I got it. And this is a little blurb about it. It says, the Treaty of Versailles ended with the power of war, ended the state of war between Germany and the Allied powers. It was signed on the 20th of June, 1919, exactly 5 years after the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, and here's a little, I'll just go through a little bit of the things they have left and then we'll do our Alex Trebek. It says there was approximately 9 million fatalities during World War I. However, there was also approximately 23 million wounded or missing, bringing the total number of casualties to about 32 million people.
Wow.
That plays really heavy on my heart, I'm sure, as it does to everybody. That's obviously throughout the entire world.
Population.
Yeah, Russia suffered the most casualties with approximately 6.7 million people either dead or wounded. And it says these statistics reflect only military casualties, as there was no reliable figures on civilian casualties during World War I. So that's pretty sad, eh? All right, on to some happy news. Okay, not happy news. So Alex Trebek passed away last week, I believe, on the weekend.
Yeah.
Which was very sad. And I'll give you the answer to our very first question. Which nationality was Alex Trebek? Was he Canadian?
Canadian.
Yes, he was Canadian. That was an easy one. All right, so we're going to do the same thing, ladies. What we're going to do is I'll ask one of you, we'll get the answer, ask the other one, and then I'll tell you who's right, okay? So, you both got a point for being Canadian. we do kind of favor Canadians in this place. All right. What small northern town was Alex Trebek from? Was he from Sudbury or North Bay? And we'll start with Debbie.
Sudbury.
Oh, that didn't take very long. What do you think, Karen?
I agree.
He was from Sudbury. You got it. Now we're going to get harder, ladies and gents. What was Alex's first job? Was he a cook or a bellhop?
Let me just see. I think it was a bellhop.
Yeah? What do you think, Karen? Oh, Karen's frozen. Hold on.
Oh, am I?
Oh, your screen is, but if you can hear me, that's even better. Hold on, we're losing our internet here. All right, everybody back?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. Even my computer lost. Okay, so Karen, it's up to you. What do you think Alex's first job was? Cook or a bellhop?
I agree.
With a bellhop? It was a bellhop. Not it, he was a bellhop. All right, true or false? Alex Trebek was a little bit of a rebellious child, more so than average. Or was he a really good kid? Sorry?
I think he's more like a really kid.
A really good kid? Okay. What do you think, Karen?
Oh, I give him a bit of rebellion, I think.
He was quite the rebellious kid. Yeah, which, all right, so here we go. Alex Trebek got sent to military school to get straightened out when he was in high school, but almost immediately got kicked out for refusing to do what? To wear a uniform or to cut his hair?
Oh,
What do you think?
I think it might be his uniform.
You think it might be his uniform? Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Karen?
It'd have to be hair.
It was his hair. And if you've seen Alex Trebek as a kid, he had beautiful locks, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very well coiffed. Very good. All right. Alex studied at what Canadian, sorry, Alex, not Alec, studied at what Canadian university? Was it the University of Toronto or the University of Ottawa?
Might be Ottawa.
You think Ottawa? What do you think, Karen?
That's a tough one. I'll go with Toronto.
It was in fact Ottawa. Debbie, are you head of Alex Trebek's fan club?
My mother used to watch Alex Trebek's that show, yeah.
Really,
My
Jeopardy?
mother was alive. Yeah.
And you know what I just read while I was doing this trivia, and I didn't put it in, but I think a couple of days before he passed away, he actually went to the NHL draft of 2020 and introduced the third overall draft pick for the Ottawa Senators, because that's how much he loved Ottawa. So I hope that's true, because that's pretty neat. I really like that. All right, what broadcasting corporation did he get his very first shot? Was it CBC or CBS?
CBC.
Yes! You guys got it. No tricking you on that one. CBC. All right, I'm hoping to trick you both on this one. Well, maybe not. What did Alex study in school or in university? Was it philosophy or English media?
English media.
You think English media, and Karen said philosophy. It was in fact philosophy. So
Oh.
I don't know. I actually had a gentleman that I used to work with who went to university for philosophy, and he was a cook. Like, he had to become a chef, and I said, how does like somebody with philosophy get into being a cook? And he said, nobody wants to hire anybody to think. You know, just to sit there and think about things. So I thought, okay, granted, that makes sense. And we spent about 6 hours together making homemade sausages for Queen's Landing. So it was, yeah, it was pretty funny. We bonded after that.
One of my first doctors
Yeah?
studied philosophy first, and his answer was the same. No one pays people to think.
Right?
Be a doctor.
Yeah, I'll pay you to do what you're supposed to do, but I won't pay you to be like, what is the word meaning of life, right? Like,
Yeah.
and me stroking my proverbial beard. All right. In 1960s, the Americans had American Bandstand. What show did Canadians have that Alex started hosting in 1963? Was it The Music Hop or Dance Fever? So this is going way back to 1963.
The second one.
You think it was Dance Fever?
Yeah.
I'll say the first one.
And you're going to say the first one? Well, one of you ladies is right.
We don't have
It was actually The Music Hop. So that was the Canadian version of the American Bandstand. And Alex Trebek started hosting that. All right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more questions.
Okay.
All right. Alex Trebek, first quiz show that he hosted was it The Family Feud or Reach for the Top?
Reach for the top.
That was in sync. Both of you ladies said reach for the top at the same time. You would both be incorrect.
Oh.
No, I'm totally kidding. Sorry, that was bad. You were right. It was reach for the top. But you should have seen both of your faces. You were like, what? All right. Alex's first wife was what? A teacher and a TV host, or a Playboy bunny and a TV host?
Oh.
Questions.
I'll go for the first one.
A teacher and a TV host? Okay. What about you, Debbie?
The second one.
You would be correct. She was a Playboy bunny and a TV host, and apparently she was known for saying whatever she wanted to and talking about any topic she desired, being on her TV show. So that was probably not that happy for him sometimes, but although in her defense, I talk about my husband all the time. So Karen, you know, my poor husband at home, who people would think he's like battered husband syndrome back there, just sitting there all the time, which he's not, but he's a very lovely man, but I do pick on him a heck of a lot because it's my job, right?
Yep.
I got married to annoy him for the rest of my life.
Oh.
All right. All right, second to last question. Who was the man who is credited with changing Alex Trebek's life? Was it Johnny Carson or Merv Griffin? Oh, okay, Karen says Merv Griffin. What do you think, Deb?
Yeah, the first one.
Johnny Carson?
Mm-hmm.
It was actually Merv Griffith, but I thought you guys both would have went for Johnny Carson, because I would have.
Ah, okay.
Game show guy though.
Sorry?
Merv Griffin was a big game show guy. He developed a lot of the game shows that
Oh, did he? Oh, you're both frozen. Good to know. Did you know that, Debbie? Oh, I just lost connection. Hold on. Oh,
So that's not good.
okay. Are we back?
Yeah. Okay, what did you were saying?
Yeah, I was saying, Debbie, did you know that Merv Griffith was a big game show guy?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I don't know why I didn't know that. Was he the one that kissed everybody on Family Feud?
I imagine I haven't seen that show for a long time.
Sorry, who is it, Karen?
Richard Dawson.
Yes, Richard Dawson.
Yeah.
He used to smooch all the ladies on there, and it always creeped me out. All right, last question. In 1991, Alex Trebek made TV history for what? Was he for becoming the very first person to host 3 American game shows at the same time, or for becoming the highest paid TV host of a game show?
I think it's for the show.
For the 3 shows at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. Karen?
And I'll say house paid.
It was for hosting 3 American game shows at the same time. Yeah, viewers, if you're there, Karen hates 50-50 shots because they usually don't end well. Right? But that was it. So hopefully you got to know a little bit more about the war and Alex Trebek. When I was I don't know where, it was very random, but I kind of heard a bunch of stuff about him a couple years ago before he passed away. And I was really surprised how much of a rebel he was. Like, apparently he was although he was the hardest working, I heard everybody say that he would do everything for CBC, whether it was sportscasting, all over the whatever they were doing, different activities and events and stuff. And anytime they needed anybody, he would go there. And even during high school, it says that he was such a hard worker that he would go work all night, go to school all day, and barely have any time for sleep. That he would just go, 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 go. And he knew that if he wanted to make it for himself, that he would have to be the hardest worker. And just goes to show you in the name of Alex Trebek, hard work pays off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay, ladies and gents and viewers, that's it for today. On Monday, we have the Around the World game, which is, we played it before. I am randomly picking countries, and we are going to ask you for trivia about those questions. And if you get your question right, you'll move on to the next country. And if you don't, you'll be asked another country question. All right?
I'll wait for your call on Monday for Christine.
Perfect. I will call you in about 5 minutes to 2.
Okay, great.
Okay? Awesome. Have a good day, Debbie.